Former President Barack Obama was out campaigning for a number of different 2022 candidates. He was in Georgia, he was in Michigan, he was elsewhere as well, I believe. And I have to tell you that it was extraordinarily refreshing. Now, I know some of you will say, oh, but David, you liberal shill, Barack Obama used drone warfare, and I would be with you 100%. And I was critical of that when it was going on. But generally speaking, Barack Obama made clear that there is one party right now that believes in democracy, period, no matter what the outcome is. Whereas the other party, the Republican Party, sort of believes in it if they win. But if not, then they believe in something very different than democracy. He spoke passionately. He absolutely crushed all of the Republicans that were running in those states. And I don't want to waste any time. Let's get right into the first clip. Here is Barack Obama on Social Security. This was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, campaigning against Ron Johnson for Mandela Barnes, a very important race.
Some of you here are on Social Security. Some of your parents are on Social Security. Some of your grandparents are on Social Security. You know why they have Social Security? Because they worked for it. They worked hard jobs for it. They have chapped hands for it. They had long hours and sore backs and bad knees to get that Social Security. And if Ron Johnson does not understand that, if he understands giving tax breaks for private planes more than he understands making sure that seniors who've worked all their lives are able to retire with dignity and respect, he's not the person who's thinking about you and knows you and sees you, and he should not be your senator from Wisconsin.
Every single one of this weekend's speeches was this level of energy and also this accurate about what it is that these Republicans want to do. Here's another brilliant one from Detroit, Michigan.
The other day, I did not realize this. I read about this. Somebody had to show it to me. The other day, a video came out of Governor Whitmer's opponent claiming that Democrats have been working for decades to topple the United States because they're still upset about losing the Civil War. And that COVID restrictions were part of some master plan to do this. Now, first of all, what? 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 I mean, I know some folks go down these rabbit holes on the internet. They're up too late. But that's like a subway tunnel. That's deep.
And that is indeed the way it works. They go down absolutely bonkers conspiracy theories. Now, then he was also in Georgia in support of Raphael Warnock against Herschel Walker, where, by the way, the polling is looking increasingly disastrous for Raphael Warnock, but we'll cover that momentarily. And Barack Obama making the case. Herschel Walker, fine football player, but senator, that doesn't make any sense.
Some of you may not remember, but Herschel Walker was a heck of a football player. I mean, some of you are too young to remember, but in college, he was amazing. One of the best running backs of all time. But here's the question. Does that make him the best person to represent you in the U.S. Senate? Does that make him equipped to weigh in on the critical decisions about our economy and our foreign policy and our future? Let's do a thought experiment. Let's say you're at the airport and you see Mr. Walker and you say, hey, there's Herschel Walker, Heisman winner. Let's have him fly the plane. You probably wouldn't say that.
No, you would not. And indeed, saying that he should be one of 100 members of the Senate making such important decisions is insanity. And sadly, that's what's going on. Barack Obama making the point that House Republicans are ready and willing to impeach Joe Biden. They don't even really know why.
On record, if they get control of Congress, they will spend the next 2 years investigating President Biden and their political opponents. That's all they want to do. They see it as payback. And some of them said they've already got prepared that they're going to impeach Biden. They're not sure what for, but apparently that's beside the point. And you're laughing, except they've actually said that. They have literally said, we're not sure what the theory is, but we're going to come up with one.
In fact, there's an incredible clip from, I believe it was a New Hampshire debate, which I played for you, where they were going around saying, what would you impeach Joe Biden for? And everybody agreed they should impeach Biden other than one candidate, but they disagreed as to why they should impeach him. And they have absolutely no idea in reality. Barack Obama also making the point that no matter what's going on out there, even an asteroid heading towards Earth, they want tax cuts for the rich. And they do.
The Republicans are having a field day running ads talking about it. But what is their actual solution to it? Well, no, I'll tell you. They want to gut Social Security and Medicare and then give some more tax breaks to the wealthy. And the reason I know that's their agenda is, listen, that's their answer to everything. When inflation is low, what do you want to do? Cut taxes. When unemployment's high, what do you want? Let's cut taxes on the wealthy. That's going to solve that. I was joking down in Georgia. If there was an asteroid headed towards Earth, it's going to land in like 2 weeks. If you went in the Republican caucus and you said, what do you want to do? Well, we need a tax break for the wealthy. That's going to help. I'm only barely exaggerating.
I don't even know that he is exaggerating. I think if there were such an asteroid, Republicans would say, well, let's, I guess, do something about the asteroid. But let's remember, once we survive the asteroid, we need to encourage business growth. And the way to do that is give a tax cut to the rich. I don't think it's an exaggeration whatsoever. Barack Obama accurately pointing out that there are two obsessions for Republicans right now: owning the libs and getting Donald Trump's approval.
This hasn't always been a partisan thing. My favorite president was a guy from my home state of Illinois named Abe Lincoln, helped found the Republican Party. It used to be that there were GOP members who championed progress and civil rights and rule of law. Folks who were with me in the 2008 election, you remember, we talked about bringing people together and spoke to all people, regardless of party, about how we could move the country forward. So that's my instinct. I'm not somebody who believes that that some party label defines us, but I have to speak the truth, which is these days, just about every Republican politician seems obsessed with just two things: own the libs. Yeah, let's own the libs. And getting Donald Trump's approval. That's their agenda. No, don't boo. Vote.
Yeah. He does warn, Barack Obama does, Mandela Barnes, you'd better be ready with that birth certificate, my friend.
I want to say something here. I know that there's some folks, probably maybe not in this auditorium, but elsewhere in Wisconsin, who think, and I know these ads are running this way, that just because Mandela's named Mandela, just because he's a Democrat with a funny name, he must not be like you. He must not share your values. I mean, we've seen this. It sounds pretty familiar, doesn't it? So Mandela, get ready to dig up that birth certificate. Get ready.
Yeah. Love him or hate him on his politics, former President Obama is very, very good at this. Now, will it be enough to turn around some of these races? I wish I could say yes. Let's take a look at some of the latest polling. One of our sponsors today is Feels. Feels is a premium CBD designed to help you feel your best, delivered right to your door. With everything going on in our daily lives, we all need to take a moment to relax, and that's where Feels comes in. Many people report CBD helping with anxiety, stress, and sleeplessness. If you have aches or pains, there are people who use CBD as a safe, natural method for relieving pain without side effects. Feels CBD oil is awesome. The CBD infused mints are great. They leave you with fresh breath. You can try Feels caffeine-free focus melts to get you through the afternoon slump. Feels even offers a free hotline with experts to give you advice about CBD, dosage, finding the right starting point. And when you join the Feels monthly membership, you'll save money on every order, and you can pause or cancel at any time. Become a member today and get 50% off your first order with free shipping when you go to feels.com/Pacman and use the code Pacman. The link is down below.